This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Welcome to The Wire Technology Edition, the week in real estate presented in digestible bites. Hold on while our AI hosts take us on another ride through this week's top real estate headlines.
Welcome back to The Wire, everybody, the place to be every week for your real estate tech deep dive.
That's right.
And this week, we are going to be talking about something that is honestly a little intimidating to even me. And I spend a lot of time thinking about real estate tech.
Oh, yeah.
Artificial intelligence.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere. And, you sent me a bunch of articles to read for this week. And even I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So we've got AI assistants popping up left and right.
Yeah.
We've got women leaders talking about how they're approaching AI, and we even have brokerages building their own platforms to replace all these third-party tools. It's a lot. So
it is.
Luckily, I have you here to help me make sense of it all.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe just starting off, what stands out to you as the biggest headline from all of this stuff that we looked at?
I think what's really fascinating to me is how much this tension between how powerful AI is and how much we still need that human element in real estate. I mean, it's in all the articles, like the AI assistants, they're not here to replace agents.
Yeah.
They're here to make them more efficient.
Right.
Women leaders are talking about needing to be really strategic about AI, not just using it for everything.
Okay.
And even with these brokerages that are creating these, all-in-one platforms, it's all about empowering agents to create that better, more human experience.
Okay.
So it's like we're on the edge of this huge technological shift, but at the end of the day, we still need people and that human element.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a really interesting way to kind of frame all of this up.
Yeah.
So let's unpack that a little bit. One of the articles that we had this week was called AI Assistants Are Here to Stay, but They Won't Take Your Job.
Right.
And, the thing that jumped out to me is it talked about how much time AI could save agents up to 80% of their workflow.
Wow.
80%, which is a huge number. But honestly, unless I know what specific tasks are being automated, that number doesn't mean a whole lot to me. So what kinds of things are AI actually good at?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It's not just about the percentage. It's about what those tasks are.
Yeah.
And really, it's those kind of administrative things that take up so much of an agent's time.
Okay.
Think about scheduling appointments, managing your emails, updating listings, pulling market data.
Okay.
Those are all things that AI assistants are really good at.
Gotcha.
And then when you free up all of that time, what can you do?
Yeah.
Focus on things like building relationships, negotiating deals, providing expert advice.
Right.
The things that really need a human touch.
Okay, so it's not about replacing agents, it's about making agents better agents.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, so in that same article, there was this quote from Poggi, who's the CEO of HouseWhisper.
Okay.
And I got to be honest, it kind of sent chills down my spine. Said that agents who don't adopt this technology will be left behind. So how much should we worry about that? Is that just, hype, or is it something we need to be taking seriously?
Yeah. I think it's definitely a wake-up call.
Okay.
But I don't think you need to panic.
Okay.
I mean, AI is becoming such a part of our lives.
Yeah.
Real estate is no different, but Pritesh Damani, who's the CTO at Real Brokerage, makes a good point. AI is a tool.
Okay.
It's like a hammer. You have to know how to use it effectively to get the benefit out of it.
Okay.
And that's where, this idea AI literacy comes in.
Okay. AI literacy. So now that's something I need you to break down for me.
Right.
What does that actually mean for a real estate agent? Do I need to learn to code algorithms or?
No coding, but, you definitely need to understand how algorithms work.
Okay.
How to interpret data and how to use these tools well.
Gotcha.
It's about knowing what questions to ask, what limitations to consider, and how to turn those AI insights into something you can actually use.
Okay.
Think of it like driving a car.
Okay.
You don't need to know how to build the car to be a good driver.
Right.
But you need to know the rules of the road and how to operate it.
Okay. So less about being like a tech genius, more about being like a savvy user who can get the most out of these things.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, the article goes on to mention a whole bunch of these different AI assistants, like HouseWhisper and Leo and Lofty AI Copilot. And it feels like a new one is coming out every week. Are they all basically doing the same thing, or are there some key differences we should be aware of?
I mean, they're all trying to make agents more efficient, right?
Right.
They all have their own sort of strengths and approaches, like
Right.
HouseWhisper that acts as a central hub for all your systems, your CRM, your calendar, things like that.
Okay.
And then you have something like Leo that's really focused on generating and qualifying leads.
Gotcha.
And then Lofty AI Copilot that's more of a real-time assistant. It gives you data and insights while you're working with the client.
Okay.
So which one is best really depends on what you need and how you work.
Okay. So it's really about finding the right tool for the right job. Gotcha. Okay. So we've got all these AI assistants taking care of all the busy work, freeing us up to focus on, the human side of things. But what about the human side of adopting all this tech in the first place?
Right.
Like, are agents actually excited about these tools, or are they resistant to it?
Well, that's a good question, and it leads us into our next article that's all about the perspectives of women leaders in real estate.
Yep.
And it's actually pretty surprising.
Okay.
It seems like women leaders were more worried at first about the risks of AI,
Okay.
But this Ars Media article are women leaders setting the bar for AI in real estate. It talks about this really interesting shift. Like now the data from the Delta Real Estate Leadership Survey shows that women are actually more confident about using AI than men are.
Wait, so they went from being more cautious to being more confident?
Yeah.
What do you think is driving that?
Well, it looks like they're really focusing on the practical side of AI,
Right.
how it can make things better without replacing the human side of things. They're, spending time learning about it, making sure the data is good, and still really focusing on building relationships.
Gotcha.
There's this great quote in the article that kind of sums it up. It says, understanding it well enough to evaluate which AI tools are most beneficial and reliable for us. Fortunately, I know that it's not as important as relationship building, which is at the core of success in real estate.
I love that quote.
Right.
It's like being really thoughtful about how you use it, not just jumping on the AI bandwagon because everyone else is.
Exactly.
It's about figuring out how AI can actually help you do what you're already doing better.
Yeah, and that strategic thinking is something I think we could all learn from,
Yeah.
asking good questions, being picky about the tools we use, and always remembering that the technology should be working for us, not the other way around.
Okay, so we've got agents figuring out how to use AI assistants, and we've got these women leaders taking a really strategic approach.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the brokerages themselves? Are they just kind of watching all this happen, or are they playing a more active role?
Yeah. That's a good question, and it leads us into our third theme, which is this rise of the all-in-one platform.
Right.
Brokerages like HomeSmart and Century 21 Turner Brokers, they're getting rid of those third-party tools and
Yeah.
building their own platforms that do everything from, CRM and transaction management to marketing and lead generation.
Okay, so why are they doing that? Is it just about saving money, or is there something more strategic going on?
I mean, saving money is definitely part of it,
Right.
especially these days when margins are so tight.
Yeah.
We saw that in the MoxieWorks article. Their CEO was talking about how brokerages have to find ways to do more with less.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more than just the money.
Okay.
These all-in-one platforms make things more efficient, give agents more control over their business.
Wouldn't it also make the brand stronger
Definitely.
if everything is happening in the brokerage's own platform?
It creates a more consistent experience for everyone, the agents and the clients, and it helps brokerages attract and keep good agents, which is really important in today's market.
Right. Agents want more than just a good commission split.
Exactly. They want the tools and support to be successful.
And the example of Slifer Smith and Frampton Real Estate is a really good example of that they actually got their agents involved when they were choosing a platform.
Oh, wow.
They went with Inside Real Estate's Bold Trail, and they saw a 9% increase in lead conversion.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It shows you what happens when you actually listen to agents and create solutions that meet their needs.
Right. Everybody wins.
It's better for the agents. It's better for the brokerage. It's a more collaborative environment.
Okay, so whether it's individual agents using AI assistants or women leaders taking this more strategic approach or brokerages creating these platforms,
Right.
it all comes back to empowering agents to give their clients a better experience.
Exactly. And that brings us to a kind of a surprising insight that we saw throughout all of these articles.
Okay.
It's funny. The more we automate, the more it seems like we want that human touch.
Yeah. It is kind of counterintuitive.
Well-
You'd think it would go the other way.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
think about real estate. Buying or selling a house, it's a big deal.
Right.
There's a lot of emotions involved, and people want to work with someone they can trust. Someone who understands them and can help them through it all.
Yeah.
I don't think AI can do that, at least not yet.
Right. And all of the articles we talked about today seem to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Even the one about brokerages creating their own platforms, it's all about giving their agents what they need to be more human.
Exactly. It's not about technology versus humans. It's about using technology to make that human interaction even better.
Okay. So how do you think about that? I mean, how does that work in practice?
Well, take HomeSmart, for example. They just launched their own e-sign contract management system.
Okay.
They're not trying to cut the agent out of the deal.
Right.
It's just about making things easier so the agent can focus on the client.
Okay.
And Century 21 Turner Brokers, they partnered with Reliance to create this, super local MLS search and a mobile-friendly website, all on their own platform.
Okay, so again, giving agents better tools.
Yeah, exactly. Better tools equals a better experience for everyone.
Okay, so I'm feeling a little less overwhelmed now.
Right.
I think what I'm taking away from all of this is that AI has a ton of potential
Definitely.
to, help us streamline things and be more efficient.
Yeah.
But we have to remember why we got into real estate in the first place. It's about the people.
Absolutely. Embrace the power of AI, but never forget about the human connection.
I love that. That's a great way to put it. So for our listeners out there, really think about how you can use AI in a way that plays to your strengths and helps you connect with your clients on a deeper level, because that's what's going to make you stand out.
For sure. The future of real estate is being shaped right now.
It is.
And we all have a chance to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much for walking us through all of this.
You're welcome. It was fun.
It was. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into AI and real estate technology.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the world of real estate technology.
See ya then.
Until then, stay plugged in and stay ahead of the curve.
If you're interested in your own personalized edition of The Wire, please visit us at thewire.fm/custom. We offer market-specific podcasts with all the latest real estate news and market analysis delivered to you weekly or monthly. Own your market with a personalized edition of The Wire, the week in real estate. Thank you for listening.